Hey there, Synthrones. Today I want to talk about the best hybrid synthesizer I believe was ever made. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone. This is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all of my synth adventures. Remember, tapping that bell notifies you of one of my new videos. I'm in a bit of a competition with my son. He has a gaming channel and he is creeping up on me in subs. And you know, the gaming market is huge, so it's really hard to compete in that arena. But I told him that synth drones stick together and we're like a family here on this channel. So do me a favor and subscribe, support me, and tap the bell. That's so important, and I want to thank everybody for bringing me past 2,800 as of this video. I'm trying to reach my next goal. It's a minor one, 5,000. Get me there, guys. Get me there. Also, check me out at patreon.com/pureambientdrone. All the links are in the description and in a comment below. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about what we came here for, and that is the DSI Poly Evolver. I think it's the very best hybrid synthesizer ever made. And I think DSI, which is now known as Sequential, I think they pulled a fast one on people. I think they were trying to make their version of a cloned Korg Mono Poly with a hybrid twist and effects. I think they got the idea from that synthesizer. Now hear me out on this. This machine, the Poly Evolver, has 4 oscillators per voice. And it has some of the warmest analog filters that everything passes through to make it sound beautiful. Now the oscillators per voice are 2 digital and 2 analog, giving you a pure mixture. And each voice has independent effects from one another. Name another synthesizer, if you can, because I'm not aware of any, that can do what the Poly Evolver does. If that's not enough, if you need more voices, you can grab more evolvers and add, or should I say evolve, the poly chain to a bigger, more polyphonic synthesizer. Wow, talk about a great start with 4 voices and then being able to grow from there. And it doesn't come cheaply. I've seen them run between $1,800 and selling at that price, okay, all the way up to $2,500. Not very many sell at the high end of $2,500. They average out between $1,800 to $2,000 on the average on the used market, which of course is the only place you can find a Poly Evolver right now. I have one. I love it. I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it. It has an incredible, unique sound to it that I cannot find anywhere else. And for that reason alone, I believe that it's not only the best of the hybrid synthesizers, but it is a must-have for any Synthrone's studio. Now, I hope I just didn't drive up the market for Poly Evolvers, okay? But with that being said, we need to be aware of some of the older stuff that is still on the market that I don't think anything out there can touch. Now, my last video that I did prior to this one, I talked about the Minilog XD, and it is a fabulous synthesizer. I got to play one. I didn't have a chance to record it or anything like that, but it has a lot of power. It has a great sound to it. But it costs 1/4 the price, give or take, of a Poly Evolver on the used market. And it's not a Poly Evolver. And if I had to pick between the two and money wasn't an object, I would pick the Poly Evolver, of course. So why am I saying this? Well, I'm saying this because a lot of you out there, you want something that is hybrid. You want something that is the best of both worlds. You're not going to really find it in today's market in the caliber of the DSI Poly Evolver. It is a beast of a machine. It doesn't mean it's for everybody though. Okay, it's not as intuitive as a Minilog XD. There is going to be some learning curve to the programming, and you're going to have to deal with an older synthesizer. And I use the word vintage very lightly, but it's out of production, okay? So it's going to be harder to find, it's going to be more expensive, and you are going to get 4 voices for a lot of money. It's going to cost you some cash to do that. However, with that being said, I've seen mono synthesizers go for over $2,000, and you're only getting 1 voice and no effects on some of them. So you have to make up your mind. Do you want to go new, or do you want to go a little bit older with some more power? Because the Poly Evolver has a lot of horsepower. And who is the Poly Evolver for? Well, it's for those who want something with a classic twist to it. I'm not saying that it's like super vintage sounding, because it can sound very vintage if it wants to, but it can also sound modern if you like it as well. But it's not going to sound like a 6-track or something like that. It's not going to give you that kind of vintage vibe. It's going to give you a mixture of the two, of analog and digital, but to me, it doesn't sound clean, and that's good in my opinion. I don't like clean sounding synthesizers. So who is it for? It's for those who are looking for something in the middle of the road, who like to do sound design, who like to dig into programming synthesizers, who are not necessarily in a super hurry to design their sounds. But with that being said, it's a very flexible machine, and you can get results on it pretty quick, okay? And you can get some super awesome results if you're willing to do a little bit of time spending with it and learning how it works and what it likes and what it doesn't when you start pushing those buttons. And believe me, a Poly Evolver has lots of knobs. So if you are a knob lover and you like to have everything laid out in front of you, the Poly Evolver has got tons of stuff that is ready, accessible, ready for you to enjoy. But that's my opinion on the best hybrid synthesizer ever made. You guys probably have a different opinion, and that's why we have a comment section. Name a synthesizer that you feel is the best hybrid you've ever come across, and why, and what's your experience with it. Have you played it? Have you used it? Have you recorded with it? Share with us here. Well, I'm Pure Ambient Drone. I want to thank you guys for all of the support here, and until next time, keep calm and synth on.